Another nice day to do an interior detail. So by nice day I mean 7 degrees Celsius. We're in Canada, so it's still getting a little chilly, but the sun's finally out and we got that second interior detail I was talking about. We switched up the plan a little bit. We were supposed to do the van first, the truck today. We actually did the truck yesterday. We're doing the van today. So that should be a fun one, and we'll hopefully get some more clips this time. I know last time I missed a few things here and there while I was editing the video until 2 a.m. last night, just so you know. I noticed that there was just some tools and some things that I didn't even get clips of, so I'm still trying to get used to that a little bit, filming as I work. So today I'm going to focus on a few other things that I didn't get last time, and hopefully I can make a little bit of a better video for you. So let's take a quick look at what we're working with. Unlike the last vehicle, I have maintained this one. Now, it's been a good 5 months probably because of the winter, but you'll see the door panels and dashboard really aren't too bad. It's mainly just dust buildup. But of course, the lowers are a little messed up from mud and salt. The carpets are definitely going to be the main focus of this detail. This is a family van, meaning multiple kids and a dog get driven around in it. This package will be the same as the last one we did. We're going to be doing cleaning on all of the vinyl and plastic surfaces, obviously, including seats, and then steam cleaning all of the fabric. The outside isn't in horrible shape, but it definitely has a film on it, so we're also going to clean that up for them as well and apply a little bit of a light paint sealant. As usual, I'll be posting Carzilla and Amazon links down below for products and equipment, and a 5% discount code for Carzilla. First, I'm going to jump into the carpet mats. I want to show you a different drill brush attachment today, and this one absolutely tears through dog hair and dirt. If you're using a small pet hair brush, you're definitely missing out here. You'll see this basically resetting the fibers on the carpet and kicking out the majority of the dirt and hair that's in it. I'm just laying a light mist of carpet bomber on top of the mats. I'll let that settle for a minute before I wash them. You'll see me pressure washing these ones again. I'm detailing outside, so they will dry up nicely by the time I'm done, and we'll get a deeper clean on them. The pressure wash is going to activate the chemical, and you'll see it soaping up a bit as I push it forward on the mat. For the wheels, we're going to be using degreaser and brake buster, then a soft bristle brush just to agitate before blasting them off. You'll see in a second the dirt starts melting off right away and the chemicals haven't even sat or been agitated yet. The degreaser is going to help break up the dirt and road grime, and then the brake buster is going to remove the brake dust particles, as well as it leaves behind an anti-rust inhibitor to prevent buildup of future brake dust. I'm not sure exactly how long it lasts, but when you get your vehicles maintained regularly, you'll see, like these wheels, brake dust has not even begun to build up again. We're just doing a basic wash on the outside. You'll see those nice straight lines with a wash mitt top to bottom, and flipping the mitt once to hit one more panel before rinsing it off and repeating. And because these are regulars, like I said, I'm going to be throwing on some bead maker. This is just a light sealant. It helps bead water, which is going to keep the vehicles clean just a bit longer. And now we will be jumping into the actual interior. If you've watched my videos before, you know the exterior and mats will always get done first. But then you're going to see some more drill brush action because I want to emphasize how important this tool is. This job would have taken much longer if I was just using a pet hair brush and vacuum. This is really going to loosen everything up and lift it in the quickest way possible. Now I can already see some people might be thinking, but what about all of the dirt and hair that's kicked up into the air now? And that's a fair question, so let me explain that real quick. Firstly, we haven't detailed anything yet, so if a bit of hair or dirt settles on a panel, it's no big deal at all. It's so much easier to wipe off a few pieces of hair from a panel than removing it from a carpet when it's embedded into it. I'm also going to be showing you a new product before the initial vac. As you know, I like to give it a quick mist. Today we're actually using a rinseless wash solution. This is for rinseless washes on the exterior, but it can be used to clean some of the inside as well. And it's formulated to encapsulate dirt, which will make it easier to pick up. Now, it's important with dog hair that you don't soak the carpet because that might actually make it a bit harder for you. Really, a quick mist is all you need. And secondly, there was almost no visible difference at all for the amount of dirt or dog hair on any of the panels after I used that drill brush. I noticed maybe a handful of pieces settled on the panels, but again, it's so much easier to remove that, and we still have to clean it up anyways. Most of it ended up settling back on top of the carpet, which is actually perfect because once we do the vacuum, you'll see how easy it picks it all up. Now you can skip forward a bit on this part if you don't want to see it all, but I will be giving some good advice on how to avoid getting ripped off when you do take your car for a detail, and especially for pet hair removal. I really went section by section on this carpet to show you the difference. If I did not drill brush this first, it wouldn't have been picked up nearly as easily, and it would have taken so much longer to get that all out. So I actually worked at a car shop for many years before starting my own business, and we weren't given any proper tools to do this kind of detailing, and honestly, a lot of places aren't really properly equipped. Really all we got was a vacuum and microfiber rags, and if we were lucky, we had an old hand-me-down toothbrush to detail with. This is where you have to be careful when taking your car places because I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's not just the shop I worked at. I've heard from many other car shops and dealerships that are essentially scamming customers on a daily basis in many ways. For carpets especially, one of the biggest scams in the industry is fabric dye, or just regular spray paint if they're really that cheap. Now, almost everything has its use, and there's times when a carpet is worn down in certain spots, typically near the dead pedal where the driver rests their foot, or similar spots that see a lot of foot action essentially. And in cases like that, there's nothing wrong with a little color matching and putting some dye in a worn out spot because cleaning is just not going to fix that. But what a lot of places will do for their pet hair removal is vacuum as much as they can or as quickly as they can, and then they mist it with a fabric dye to cover everything else up. And this is especially easy to do on a carpet that's black because when you spray that black fabric dye, it's literally going to dye the dog hair on top of that and it's just going to completely blend it all in. I've seen cases where people covered up a lot of dog hair, and honestly, it's not something I would ever do in a million years, but again, this is things that I've seen with my own eyes. My mission for my business is to expose places like this and teach you how to spot these scams because it is absolutely my biggest pet peeve and my biggest motivation for starting my own business. So if you go in for any detail, especially dog hair removal, here are 3 steps you want to take to make sure you did not get scammed. First, smell. This won't always be accurate because if they have enough time, they're just going to air out the vehicle or cover it with one of those cheap scent bombs. But spray paint or fabric dye has a distinct smell and you will smell it if it was done recently. The second is touch. Feel your carpet and mats. Do they feel rough or hard on the very top surface? That would be a feeling of a cheap spray that hardened on top of that surface. If you think it feels rough, grab a rag with some dish soap on it and focus on a spot you think may have been sprayed. Give it a good scrub in a circular motion, and if there's dye or spray, you'll see black or whatever color they used bleeding out onto your rag. And finally, sight. This might be hard to see in some lighting situations when you're standing up and looking from a regular distance, but grab a flashlight or even the light from your phone and get up close. There's a 110% chance that if the shop is too cheap to do the job properly, they're also too cheap to get the properly color matched dye for your carpets. meaning with a flashlight you will probably see a bit of a shade difference in some areas. Also, on colors like black, you might see a bit of a shine coming from the carpet when the light actually hits it. I'll make a whole separate video on this specifically, but for now we'll jump back into this job. Now that everything is settled, it's completely loosened up and just ready to be cleaned and final vacked at the end. This was really just to prep it to steam because we don't want to steam over top of all of that gross dog hair and 90% of the dirt and dust that was settling on top of the carpet. For the other surfaces, we are using Express Interior Cleaner with a detailing brush and microfiber pad, which you'll see later. And as a quick tip, I always have 2 brushes and I keep one completely dry. I use it exclusively for dusting before I apply my cleaner. The reason being is that when you introduce a liquid cleaner to dust, all you're doing is making a dusty soup, and it actually just spreads the dirt and makes it harder to clean at the end. So especially around buttons and vents, give them a good dust before cleaning, and for larger areas like the top of the dashboard, give it a light wipe with a slightly damp rag and just pick up all of that dust so it doesn't fly everywhere. For the vinyl on the seats, you'll see me going section by section. I apply the cleaner and work it in, and then I wipe it all off with a microfiber at the end, and you'll see some dirtier spots later on as well. Steaming the carpets, again, it's just one of my favorite ways to clean. I'm actually steaming on top of a mist of chemicals right now, which is the carpet bomber. And if you do that, make sure you wear a mask. And in general, any other detailing situations, wearing a mask is always recommended. You'll see me wipe it down at the end as well with a microfiber just to kind of pick up some of that moisture, and it's going to grab a little bit of dirt as well. You'll see me go on a bit of a steaming and cleaning spree here. That's because I'm going section by section on this one, steaming the carpets in that section, and then going over all the seats and surfaces in that section as well with my cleaner and brush. Once I work all the way around, the vehicle will be ready for finals, which will be any final touch-ups, final vacuum, windows, and mats. Now that we're on the final vacuum, you will see that the carpets have been properly cleaned, no tricks or shortcuts, just a multi-step process that's actually going to achieve the results that the customer is paying for. And all we have to do at the end is pick up the loose debris from detailing. We will do our final walk around. This is the time when I actually inspect and do any of the final touch-ups I might see on the inside and outside. Essentially any dog hair that might have survived that cleaning, or even drip marks that come down from the paintwork after washing. These are all things that I'll kind of touch up just at the end before I leave the job. Go ahead and give this a like if you want to see more videos like this. Comment below with any questions you might have, and as always, subscribe for almost daily detailing content.